All right, we're good.
And we are live, guys. Welcome in to an August 31st, week one edition of the Fourth and One podcast. I am your co-host, Coach Trey, and my dog over there with his alias Chester Russington. But let it be known that Russing, it's all the same guy, same parlay madness, same player prop guru, same guy. How we feeling, baby?
Dude, we're here. We're here, man. You know, I posted a play that starts now on our Twitter page, so hopefully anyone that follows that page can see that. I think we should both make a better effort to keep track of our plays this year as far as our record is concerned. So I think that's something that we're going to add as far as another deal. Sorry, my nephew is FaceTiming me at the perfect time there. So yeah, um, yeah, we're doing good, man. Glad football is back. Glad baseball. Baseball is tough. Baseball was tough on any degenerate that this whole time period waiting between once basketball ended and football. It was a tough time. So glad it's back.
No, you're absolutely right, man. I'm so excited to be back, and I'm gonna be honest. Look, I don't mean to start it this way, but w- if it weren't for this Thursday night game, obviously between Utah and Florida, I would say that this week one slate is pretty weak, and I'm really not okay with that because the week zero thing is beyond annoying waiting for week one. Thank God they give us something, but I do want to get started on a hot button item. We are going to try to keep this show to concise points, call balls and strikes, let it be what it is. What's good, Chris Reed? How you feeling, baby? Um, Shout out, go Eagles. But you're going to try and keep this be a concise show because we all know what we want to do. We want to watch the football in an hour. We've got Utah, we've got Florida. Is Cam Rising going to play? I don't think so. So let's go ahead and dive right in. What you see with it?
The line. So I was talking to a buddy at work yesterday who is also a degenerate. So it's nice to have that when you're at a place 8 hours a day. Uh, I saw the line switch a few times yesterday by itself. So personally, I think he's playing. Uh, I don't think it matters. I think I think it's Utah. I'm staying away from this game just because of that. I don't want any action on this. I don't want no part of this. Give me. I'm pulling for the SEC. Give me. I'm a big Billy Napier fan, so give me them and the points as a fun bet. But I want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, I hear you. Look, so this is one of those games where if you don't love it, buy it. Like buy yourself a few extra points, get yourself to a safe score. Four is weird because you're basically praying that it's close, but close enough to that somebody misses something. So you're kind of banking on something odd happening. And so 4.5 is even weirder. So once it gets between, you'll actually find with me that the only time I'll ever bet a spread between 3 and 7 is almost always whenever I feel confident enough with what I've seen so far. And so for a week one game, having not seen either team play, absolutely no idea what the Graham Mertz train is going to look like. I have a really, really tough time of wanting to bet that. But if you bet it up, if you get it up to about 7.5, then I'll take the point in the hook and points in the hook rather. I agree. Look, third string starting quarterback for Utah. They should be able to stay in it. Florida has absolutely no reason why they can't win this game. They have absolutely no reason why they shouldn't even keep it close. Um, but because of those reasons, I'm going to go ahead and be out on that. Is there relating to a play since that we are starting it off in like literally right now? Is there any other plays related to tonight that you want to go ahead and get out? Because I don't think that I have one.
Well, like I mentioned before, it was on the Twitter. So I mean, it would be tough. It would be tough saying it right now,
Then
since
don't.
the game's already started. So I'm not going to say it. So if you were on the Twitter, good luck. We will follow back next week. It'll be on our. That we'll keep up with our record and our units won or lost. But it was just a 5-man same game parlay for the UCF game. So hopefully the weather isn't too bad over there, and we hit that one to start off the season.
Absolutely, man. We don't want to get past that, man. So our thoughts and prayers obviously are going to go out to the people of Florida and the surrounding states that are dealing with the hurricane right now. Thank God that it you had time to prepare. Like we've been through it enough. So our thoughts and prayers, but we're certainly not going to, assume that we know what those people are going through. But we just know that we've dealt with similar things before. So thoughts and prayers out to them. I will go in a different direction. I'm going to take you all across the U.S. Look, I bet on them last year. Call it a homer, call it a bias. You already know how I'm feeling. Nebraska plus 7.5 on the month. I mean, look, I don't hate it. But I'm going to take you across the country. I'm going to take you even further north. I'm going to get you a little bit of snow in your day. Let's talk about the Wyoming Cowboys. Okay, hear me out. Listen, you all know that whenever I was in high school, I played a few different sports. One of them was soccer. My senior year soccer coach, shout out Coach Colleen. She's actually the head coach at the at Wyoming U women's soccer team. And call that bias, but I do pay attention to their to their sports pages. And I'm all over Wyoming getting 14.5. That line has maybe even gone up a little bit. A strong defensive front for them, considering what you're getting, and you got 10 starters back. I'll take 14.5 to make me watch something else besides, the powers that be kind of football. I'm all over 14.5 on that. And I think with the play that I have coming next, if you don't have that one too, because I'm assuming you don't, if you want to get into my next play, I'm very, very interested to see how you couple it.
No, go in. Go in.
Okay. So you already know how I gave you a really difficult time with Colorado. I'm not here to bash. That's 100% on you. I hope that Coach Prime gets it together, because it is so easy for you to bet against him with all these things. He has literally the most transition to a new team, to the most players. There's never been this much, like, it's almost as if Vegas is daring you to hope for the little guy. And because of those reasons, I am not going to play their season win total, but I will support you candidly throughout the season. However, you do know that I'm playing their crosstown rival, Colorado State, over. And so because of that, I'm going to take Colorado State in the points with 12, mainly because I need it for my soul. No other reason other than fandom here. And by all means, if this is the play out of my sheet that you guys don't want to tail, I'll certainly understand that. I don't want to even try to give you X's and O's as to why. I just think that 12 is a lot. It's the first week, and usually Vegas has something wrong. I think this is one of those. It doesn't follow the trend that I see, and so give me Colorado State and the 12 points at plus 110 on FanDuel.
Who are they playing again?
So before I even tell you that, I want you to try to guess, because I've been trying to do this with people that don't watch their games, to try to see if you can guess who they play on a regular week basis without me telling you. Who do you think that they play? Just guess. Yes.
I've got no idea.
Okay, so they play Wazoo. So the reason why I wanted you to guess is because when we play these numbers and we try to actual put money that we make from our day jobs onto this kind of thing, it's important to have some sort of candor to what exactly you're getting into, because it's really, really easy for people to go, I'm just going to tail coach. I'm going to put the money on it. People know about Wazoo because of who's their coach? My coach. RIP to the GOAT. Does anybody ever go and bet Wazoo games? No. Do people ever go and bet Colorado State games from down here? No. But guess who is? Us at 4th and 1. Reason for that: this game has typically gone over on passing yards, under and rushing touchdowns, and the spread has never been this much. It's never been over 8.5 with this kind of thing from what I've seen in these two teams. And again, week 1, somebody's got to be wrong. I'm betting that it's Vegas. Give me Colorado State plus 12.
Dude, come at it.
I'm surgical.
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to discount that. I just didn't know who was the coach at Missouri. Don't really care.
Didn't know.
I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, if I had a bet, I would be animated, and like I would have some. I would be excited about it too. So like how crazy I've bets I've made in the past.
Oh, just wait. So we're pushing up to get him 4 wins on the season. Just wait. Wait.
Yeah.
Minshew Mania. Shout out. Kev Kelly.
No. Yeah. So are these straight plays for you? Like, how are you playing some of these? Is it just straight plays, or you weigh in some together?
Yes. So the reason why I've labeled them that way is because those are the two out of the 4 that I am going to lay straight, I do have a parlay to play. However, I wanted to kind of like save it for, just a little sprinkle at the end, if you
Okay.
will, to try to stay locked in. But again, so that's Wyoming 14.5, Colorado State with the 12. I went back and forth with the Florida and the points. If you want to buy it up to 7.5, again, we've already been through that. So I'll go ahead and mark that off my list. The last one that I want to tell you about, and this is the last straight play that I have as far as games individually, and I think you might even have something to say about this one too, is I'm going to take Iowa in the points. It was 23.5 when we just checked it. I'm cool with that, even if it was 21 or 25, whatever. Anything in the under 20s, under the threshold of 26 was cool to me. Iowa does nothing but try to keep you from doing what you do best, and that's running and throwing. All they want to do is choke you, bottleneck you into a game. With the new score, with the new clock doesn't stop when you go out of bounds rule, that's going to account for about 7 to 8 less plays a game anyway for each offense. That's all the more reason for me to bet more unders this year, just to kind of see how that goes. Iowa's the perfect team to try to do it with, so give me 23.5 and the Hawkeyes.
No, yeah, that was a big play of mine. I'm going just straight parlays, but that is one I think I have 3 right now with the one going on at 6:00, but 2 to bring to the show. And Iowa was in there, and you made all great points. I think a big part of that number to me, 24 has 3 touchdowns and a field goal, is just their defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be scared if Iowa gives up a touchdown early. I think I don't think they will. I think their defense is going to hold them to under 10 points, which fits the narrative for them covering the spread. So I'll get nervous if they score over 10 points, because anywhere Iowa having to score over 40 points is going to be tough. Just depending on how the defense for Utah State's looking.
I hear you. Let's lay into it.
Yeah, so that's part 1 of this parlay. Part 2, we've got Colorado in the points. I'm taking 20.5. I even took a flyer on the money line, not a huge one. It's just, to me, this is just a strict, I want to be right play. Like if Colorado comes out there and does what I think they're going to do, this is the only time this season they're going to be like this. This is the only time they're going to get 3 touchdowns. This is the only time they're going to be plus 750. I could be dead wrong, and I'm okay with this. I think this is a flip of the coin. But I think they've got the athletes. I think Deion's going to get those boys ready. I think they're definitely going to cover. I would not be shocked in the least if they win. TCU, Cinderella story last year, maybe a letdown game to start. Maybe they're overlooking Colorado. Who knows? But I'm taking Colorado and the points along with Iowa. I've got 2 more. Stanford money line over Hawaii. It's minus 164. I was debating on whether to add the points in there or not. It was minus 3 on the dot. I just felt comfortable enough adding Stanford's money line in there. Look, Hawaii played last week. They actually played pretty good against Vanderbilt. They didn't look bad. They almost came back and made that a game towards the end. I just think we're overlooking a few things. I think we're playing into the public's definitely siding on Hawaii. Maybe not for football reasons either. I think maybe it's their first home game, and maybe they're dealing with some shit right now that went down a couple weeks ago in their homeland. I just think Stanford's too good of a program to let that happen. That's just me. I know they've got some turnover at the quarterback position. He's actually a Philadelphia Eagle. So I'm happy with him being on the team. I think he made the roster. I could be wrong. Anyways, I'm taking the Stanford money line and Texas A&M minus 38.5. I think Jimbo's job is on the line, and I hate Texas A&M personally, but this just looks like one of those prove it spots. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna beat this team by 50 or 60,
Way to
not
hide
take
the
our foot off
bias,
the gas.
baby. Way to hide the bias.
Yeah. So
But you're gonna bet them, so good for you.
whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's just you gotta take the emotions out, man. And
They've
I
just
just think
burned us, Russo, and I know why you hate them. It's because they've burned us so much for us trying to make money on them that they've literally burned us, and I get it. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. I easily see them winning this game by 45 to 50. I don't think this cover is going to be anything. It's plus 1,047. That's my first play, or technically my second, but first one for the show. Hopefully we start off this weekend hot, man. Hopefully we get some units in the bag. But that's my first play. Do you want to go into your next play, or do you want me to keep going?
Oh, keep going because when I get it, I'm getting spiritual when I get to my next play.
I know you said you were, man. So I'll set the table for my second to last play is another parlay, but it's players, not teams. So I've got the running back. I guess you can call him backup because he technically is Donovan Edwards for Michigan. He would be anyone's starter, I think, in most teams in the country, even in the top 25. But he's behind Blake Corum. I want him over 72.5 rush yards. They're playing East Carolina. Blake Corum's coming off an injury. I don't think they're going to milk him too hard this game. I think Donovan Edwards is going to get over 100 yards. I'll probably submit some flyers on that for him to break 100 if FanDuel offers it. I know they have some alt lines on certain games. So give me Donovan Edwards over 72.5 rush yards. Give me Nicholas Singleton, 2+ touchdowns. We literally talked about this right before the show. And we both we didn't you brought it up. I told you I had it. It's plus 210 just by itself. They're playing West Virginia. I think it's going to be a tough match. I think running is going to be a premium, and I think Singleton's going to get the job done there. I think he's going to be their main focal point on offense this year. And who knows, he might have a backdoor Heisman year. Just saying. Give me Spencer Rattler over 1.5 pass touchdowns against North Carolina. That's actually a very underrated game on the slate.
I agree.
This weekend, North Carolina and South Carolina. I think South Carolina has slept on. They ended the year strong last year. And I know North Carolina's got their thing with Drake May. They lost their best receiver last year in Josh Downs. However, Spencer Rattler's he's no pushover. So give me over 1.5 pass touchdowns. I think it's going to be a high scoring affair. And give me Shadur Sanders. I probably said that wrong, and I'm probably going to get fucked with. But give me him over 10.5 rush yards. I'm on this Colorado train until I die, dude. I might even get a Colorado tattoo if they cover the win total. That's just how good I'm feeling about this team, man. Over 10.5 rush yards. I was looking at his game log from Jackson State. There would be some games where he would have negative a lot, but for the majority of his games, he'd have over 30. So maybe he gets uncomfortable throwing the ball against the TCU team. Maybe the moment gets too big. Maybe he takes off more. Give me over 10.5. They're not going to be in a situation where they're probably going to be taking knees at the end of the game if everything goes to schedule. So give me over 10.5 rush yards. Those four together is plus 1488. So that's my second play. I've got one more, but I want to hear. I'm eager to hear Trey's play. So let's get into his next one.
Okay, so we brought this team up last year. I actually was going to try to write down all of your plays. I'm just going to need you to send that to me in an email, if you wouldn't mind.
They'll go on the Twitter. They'll go on the Twitter.
Perfect. So
on the Twitter.
So I brought this team up last year, and I got pretty animated about this because the one thing that I hate most about is whenever a team, a bunch of players and a coach do things the right way and still don't get run for it. They have absolutely no coverage from the media on. When I say the media, obviously they get local media, but from the bigger outlets of play. And when you go to College Game Day, for you to have an entire weekend of College Game Day and not hear about them once, it doesn't matter if they don't have a game. The fact that you don't even speak about them one time is criminal to me. I've got a friend of mine who is a graduate from here, so call it bias again. I've paid attention to this team. I've gone back and forth on how exactly I'm going to go about this, but I'm here today to say the Kentucky Wildcats over 7.5 wins on this year is going to hit, and let me tell you why. Because Coach Mark Stoops has been begging and pleading, not only from the back and forth banter with Coach Calipari, but the absolute disrespect that we give, because what is everybody talking about in the East? Number one, everybody talks about Georgia. Obviously, are they the new Saban? Are they it here in the SEC? Whenever we get is Florida down this year? Florida being down is getting more run than is Kentucky here to stay. I think Vegas has listened to it. So the last time the last time that I looked at these odds, the number had not changed from 7.5. Give give me give me the Devin Leary train. Give me the Mark Stoops love. Get me everything about this game. Give me everything about this team, rather. Give me over 7.5. The only games that you're stressed really about the push is maybe the Florida being the toss-up game. Is Missouri better than we think? South Carolina, but listen to me. Ball State, thanks. Eastern Kentucky, thanks. Akron, thanks. Vandy, thanks. Florida, toss-up. Missouri, toss-up. You're going to lose to Georgia. Sorry. Tennessee, probably not. Mississippi State, RIP to the Pirate. Probably got him in the bag. Alabama, no, sir. Like, where is the fade, man? Like, get like Louisville at the end. Look, whatever. Give me their over on the wins. But here's the big one. Nobody, I promise you, nobody that we know, because I've been talking to people about their plays. I've been asking my friends, other people that do other things. We love to see the Cats on top. Shout out Kev Kelly. This is gonna be my sleeper. We talked about this. You already know about Vanderbilt. We already know about Colorado State. We already know about Kentucky. You know how I feel about my SEC schools. I wanted to wait. This is a live season win total. I think it's already at minus 200, but I would take out a second mortgage on my new home for this. Give me the over season win totals on UMass. Let me tell you why, baby. Over 2.5 on UMass. This team finally got some money in their Department of Athletics. They finally started to get into the transfer portal and bring in people that aren't supposed to be there. Maybe they're chasing skirts. Maybe they're chasing balls down the field. I'm sitting here telling you, I watched them play their week 1 game, their week 0 game. They don't look like they're supposed to be there. They're an independent team, so they can kind of do the Notre Dame thing and play whoever they want, not get judged for it in public, only in quiet by the water cooler. They're winning more than 2.5 games. I can't wait for it to happen. The only thing that I hate is that I couldn't find a polo that fits me to wear it on the weekends. Give me over 2.5 wins on the season with UMass, because the hard cappers are backing me on this, and I will stand on this podium and beat my hands down on the ground if this doesn't win, because I feel really, really confident in this.
Yeah. That's left field, dude. UMass.
I'm sweating right now. I'm sweating.
Jeez. I support it. I mean, I'm not in any place to judge. I'm taking Colorado, so hopefully.
Right. Look, if both of our teams get just 6 wins total, then we both win.
I hope so. Hell yeah, dude. Well, I was totally not expecting that. I'm kind of at a loss for words. Yeah. Anyways, I've been trying to look at my phone, keeping up with this UCF game. UCF's already up 7-0. I've got one more play. It's my lock of the weekend, and I'm going with it's a same game parlay. It's LSU money line and Jaden Daniels anytime touchdown. I believe it comes out. Let me get the exact number. Let's see. Plus 228 for that. LSU's winning the game. He's scoring the rushing touchdown. I don't know what else there is to talk about. I don't need to go into specific. I mean, yeah, everyone's talking about the Mason Smith absence. Everyone's talking about Florida State. Everyone's talking about how good their offense is going to be. LSU snapping the week 1 loss streak this week.
Before I comment on that, I just want to get to a couple of these comments in the chat.
Yeah.
Chester is unfamiliar with Missouri's game. You actually said Missouri, whatever. Kentucky will come in second in the East. Look, Kev, if that's the play, then sign me up. Love to see the Cats on top when we cover the Pelicans. So, T-Money, we actually are not going to cover the Pelicans on here. However, I will say that if the Pels make it past the first round of the playoffs this year, I'll be the first person to get drunk and be excited about it. Why did Russo get up and walk away? Because he was running off the plug.
No, I had an angry football coach at my door, and he's on my couch right now.
Oh, got it. Okay,
Mr. Sneezes.
We've got company. Look, okay. So we're not gonna bury the lead. This is obviously what everybody wants to talk about. This is I do a I'm gonna start, maybe really being fully candid with everybody here. I do a little bit of coverage with a couple of my, family and peers and stuff before we go live here to just kind of like get all of my thoughts out. What I want to say is this is the aged bone-in ribeye of the weekend. This is the game that everybody wants to see, the standalone. This is the one. If LSU is going to win the game, Jaden Daniels has to score. If LSU is going to do anything to be successful in either half, Jaden Daniels has to score. If you want to do a Jaden anytime for plus 110, a Mason Taylor plus anytime for plus 190. Look, here's the one that I like the best. Jaden Daniels and Johnny Wilson anytime. Johnny Wilson is their 6'7", 235-pound Calvin Johnson Cadillac. He is by far and away like an end zone threat. So if they get even close inside the red zone, if they're not throwing up lobs to him like Jimmy Graham, then they obviously don't want to win. Give me Johnny Wilson and Jaden Daniels anytime, or give me the Mason Taylor anytime along with the Johnny Wilson anytime for a parlay. I think you can get that around 485, maybe 520. I also too am on the Nick Singleton bet. I think Nick Singleton's the best running back in college football. Maybe you can give me an argument for Quinshon Judkins. I think this dude's a beast. His quads are literally the size of my desk. It's inappropriate. Something else that I wanted to bring to everybody's attention is that I am back with parlays. This is one of my juicy, like nice plays. Give me what I just said, Nick Singleton 2 tutties, JD 5 anytime, and the over on the alternate 49.5 on LSU and Florida State points, plus 740. 3 plays for plus 740. That's great odds. How do I feel on the game? I think Mason Smith being out hurts. I think Florida State has they have like the oldest and most like starts around their offensive line. The talent that they return is like they have every reason to think they can win. If LSU doesn't come out and do things the right way, if they don't, if they don't block extra points and block the correct way, if they fumble punts, I mean, it's going to be a long day for them. I've stayed away from this one. I've got every reason to believe that LSU can win. However, I don't hate Florida in the points at all. So it's not something that I bet, but it's just me being truthful.
Well, like I said, I don't think it's going to be a sweat. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be, yeah. Perk 40 got us, yeah.
Perk 4.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I think the biggest difference last year was Florida State had a game, and we didn't. That was the biggest difference. You give another 5 minutes in that game, it's over. So I'll end on this note. Maybe I don't know if you've got anything more, but do you have anything more?
Yeah, I do.
Oh shit! Go on.
No, I've said this for a really, really long time, man. We don't just like put this show on just for the hell of it. Like this is legitimately something that we spend far too much time to do. I vehemently believe in everything that I put my hard-earned money on. Russo, by all means, is the kind of person that'll go in and like I'll wake up the next morning and get a text at like 4:17 a.m. on like a Wednesday, and it'll be, hey man, I just found like the dopest player prop, and I put some money on it, and it actually won. It was on Russian table tennis. Like I'm telling you, this dude can win some money on some dumb stuff. So please tell him on a sport that he like actually knows a lot about and like tells a lot about. I'm very, very confident in the plays that I brought today. I've been feeling really passionate about it. I'm extremely excited for the season, extremely excited to be in front of you today. So if you guys wouldn't mind giving us a like and a subscribe, it would really, really help and benefit us greatly. Even for our home moochers over there, Coach Schnee can maybe even give us a little bit of love on Texas here soon whenever they play Alabama next week. Preview to that coming soon. That's how I'm feeling,
dude.
bro.
What's your take on Texas minus 35.5 since you're here against Rice? Oh, here we go. Yeah.
We're going to wait until week 2 to play ball. Take Rice.
Okay.
They don't even have a
Okay.
money line option for that, but if they did, I'd do it.
There you go, and there you have it. Listen, I'm jacked. I'm so jacked. The only thing that sucks is that the best game is happening on Sunday. I'm excited to see Florida. What is the Graham Mertz train going to look like? Is Utah going to be able to hold serve without him? Maybe you get a live edition of us watching the game with Alabama and Texas maybe next weekend. Maybe that's a thing. But get me started, man. Also, too, for anybody that does want to check us out and hasn't been here before, Florida State fans, LSU fans, I will be in Orlando for that game. By all means, come and find me. Come and take a picture with me. Buy me a beer. Tell me what's up. If you guys follow the pod, if you've heard me and seen me from Twitter, I've got a couple of DMs from you guys about maybe checking in on the show a little bit more often. We can't wait to see what we have in store for this year, and I'm super, super excited to see how much money we can make.
Yeah, man. And I've given a few off topic bets that have won this year. I gave y'all Jake Paul by decision at plus I forgot what that was, 270, 280 a couple weeks ago. I also said Sean O'Malley was going to win. I've got another one now. I'm parlaying it with LSU's money line. It's Cyril Gane, UFC main event in France this week, and he's only minus 170 by himself. But Cyril Gane's not losing. He had a tough go against John Jones, but didn't take any really severe damage. And I think he's just that much better than the competition in that division outside of John Jones and maybe some other top guys. So I'm parlaying that with LSU as well. So felt like I'd give y'all. I mean, I'm 2-0 right now. Might as well give y'all another one just to keep that train rolling.
I'm saying, look, San Diego State in the Vandy money line. Like I was on it. Now, granted, had I bet the spread, it would have got away from me a little bit. But that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Look, if you can do us anything, interact with us on Twitter. TikTok's coming soon. Super, super excited to be here, guys, and let's make some money. You're on mute.
Oh, check out the Twitter.